Lamar Jackson once again showcased his MVP-caliber season by leading the Baltimore Ravens to an impressive 30-23 victory over the Los Angeles Chargers on Monday night. In a game that pitted two playoff-contending teams against each other, Jackson's precision, combined with Baltimore's relentless ground attack, was the deciding factor. Jackson delivered an almost flawless performance, completing 16 of 22 passes for 177 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a quarterback rating of 126.5. He added another dimension to the Ravens' offense with his rushing touchdown, further cementing his reputation as one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the league. The Ravens dominated the Chargers with their offensive execution and defensive discipline. Despite facing one of the top defenses in the league, Baltimore demonstrated their ability to impose their will, scoring on 5 consecutive possessions, spanning the second through fourth quarters. During this stretch, the Ravens unleashed a balanced and devastating offensive attack, rushing for 176 yards and averaging a staggering 7.0 yards per carry. Jackson was nearly unstoppable in this span, completing 15 of 18 passes for 175 yards and throwing 2 touchdowns. His highlight of the night came in the closing moments of the first half when he connected with Rashad Bateman on a perfectly placed 40-yard touchdown pass. In the fourth quarter, Jackson delivered a critical 6-yard touchdown pass to tight end Mark Andrews, giving Baltimore a lead they never relinquished. Justice Hill added the exclamation point to Baltimore's offensive explosion with a 51-yard touchdown run late in the game, stretching the lead to 30-16 with just over 7 minutes remaining. This scoring drive encapsulated the Ravens' dominance on the ground, where they consistently overpowered the Chargers' defensive front. For the Chargers, it was a tale of missed opportunities and defensive breakdowns. Despite taking an early 10-0 lead thanks to Justin Herbert's rushing touchdown on their opening drive, Los Angeles failed to sustain their offensive momentum. The Chargers were held to just 1 touchdown over their next 8 possessions. Herbert, who finished the game 21 of 36 for 218 yards, struggled to find rhythm against a Ravens defense that tightened up as the game progressed. Compounding the Chargers' woes was the loss of running back J.K. Dobbins, who exited in the second quarter with a knee injury. Baltimore's defense held the Chargers in check for most of the night, limiting them to field goals on 3 key drives. This defensive effort was a stark contrast to the opening quarter, where the Ravens initially struggled to contain the Chargers' offense. As the game wore on, however, Baltimore's defense clamped down, forcing the Chargers to go 7 straight possessions without reaching the red zone. This defensive performance was crucial in securing the Ravens' victory, as it allowed their offense to build and maintain a lead. The Ravens' ground game was the cornerstone of their success. Baltimore ran for 212 total yards, with Derrick Henry leading the charge. The veteran running back carried the ball 24 times for 140 yards, averaging an impressive 5.8 yards per carry. Henry's physicality and vision were on full display, particularly in the final 3 quarters when the Ravens gained 194 of their rushing yards. Henry alone accounted for 127 yards during this stretch, showcasing his ability to wear down opposing defenses. Justice Hill provided a dynamic complement to Henry's power running. His 51-yard touchdown run was a defining moment in the game, epitomizing Baltimore's ability to break off explosive plays. The Ravens' offensive line deserves significant credit for their role in the victory, consistently winning the battle at the line of scrimmage and creating lanes for their running backs. This dominance in the trenches allowed the Ravens to control the clock, as they held the ball for nearly 27 minutes in the final 3 quarters. The Chargers, on the other hand, struggled to replicate their early season defensive success. Entering the game, Los Angeles ranked 11th in the league in rushing defense, allowing an average of 110.5 yards per game. However, Baltimore's potent rushing attack overwhelmed the Chargers, exposing gaps in their defensive front. Monday's game marked the first time a Jim Harbaugh-coached team allowed over 200 rushing yards in an NFL game, underscoring the physical dominance of the Ravens' offensive line. Offensively, the Chargers were plagued by inefficiency and missed opportunities. While Herbert made some impressive throws, the offense failed to convert key third downs and struggled to finish drives in the red zone. The Chargers' inability to sustain drives and capitalize on scoring opportunities proved costly, particularly against a Ravens team firing on all cylinders. Los Angeles managed just 162 total yards in the final three quarters, a stark contrast to Baltimore's 369 yards.